All right, so on this installment of handstands, okay, we're going to be working on actually getting you ready and prepped to do handstand work by doing headstands first. Okay, so our first thing we have here is, you guys see I have an ad mat here, and what we're going to work on is we're going to be working on our headstand and then our tripod as well. We're going to be working on this tuck position. I'm going to show you movements to it. I want you to be confident in the first part before you even think about doing the last part of this. All right, so we're going to talk about our positioning on our hands on the ground and where our head would go in the ab mat and how we're looking to have everything set up here. All right, so when we have our hands on the ground, we want our hands splayed out. We want our fingertips forward. We don't want to have that thumb forward like this. We actually want our fingertips forward and splayed. Most of the weight is going to be placed onto the fingertips in the front of the hand, not into the back and the butt of my palm. So kind of mid-hand into here. We're going to be putting the top of our head right on the ab mat. All right. And so first things first, we're just going to go into this position, right? We're going to place our head on top. You can see that my hands are at a triangle position, right? So if my head is here, my hands are behind where my head would be, not in line like a lot of people do into that. If you thought about holding a dumbbell, the dumbbell, if a neutral grip, is going to be placed out here. So I have that vertical forearm position like so. We want to have that vertical forearm position, but then transferring into the ground. So I'm going to get set here, fingertips are forward, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place my head on it. I'm going to go onto my tippy toes, and I'm just going to work on getting where my head needs to be, right? So I'm just putting pressure onto the ab mat right now, and I'm set here. That's it, all right? So that's our first step of getting a headstand. All right, so that's step one. Step two is we're going to work on, and only go to step two if you're comfortable with trying step one. But this is going to help into a substitution later on for actually doing handstand push-ups in a workout anytime you want. Cool, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to work into that tuck. And we're going to work into that tuck and hold. But first we're going to place our elbows onto, our knees onto our triceps. All right, or elbow. So I go down, I'm going to go into our pike position again, here like this, heels are squeezed, everything's nice and tight. I'm going to bring one leg up to the top and hold that and feel more weight go onto my head and into my hands. And then once I feel really comfortable with that, then what I'll do is I'll bring both of them up there. And you can see the weight's being put onto my hands, and I'm doing great in touching. Then legs go back down, okay, and I'm set. All right, so I've gone into that straight leg onto my toe, adding more weight onto my head. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go onto our elbows again, and then we're going to take them off and actually hold ourselves in that tuck position with all of the weight. Please do not push your legs all the way up into the sky right now. All right, we want to get used to this first before we start kicking our legs up into it. So here we go again, set like so. Okay, head down, legs up, okay, nice and tight position. Set here, hands are in front, they're not in line, they're in front, like so. Fingertips are forward, I bring one leg up, I bring two legs up, weight to my heels, hands. Now, I'm gonna hold that tuck position, everything's nice and tight, squeezed, weight through my hands, right? Feel good, legs go back down, and back down like that. So that is the next step. The final step is to actually let your legs go up. Don't do this if you don't feel comfortable with it. You don't have to at all. You can just work on any one of those steps prior to this and be good to go and get a lot of exposure in this. So, to that point, here's our next thing. Head down, legs up, right? One leg up, tuck, and then straight. You can see I'm keeping myself nice and hollow. You may not see my feet into frame, but my heels are squeezed as tight as possible. My butt's squeezed and my abs are on. The legs are towards my feet. They're not directly over my body, right? So I have this good hollow position, my weight's into my hands, and I'm kicking butt, right? Cool. So, this is how you're going to start working on knowing where your head needs to be in a handstand push-up. The next phase is what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this over to the wall.